Mike Moore Media.
In our studios, I'm talking to Lisa Goldsworthy, Director of Friends of Eden Animal Rescue. They do such wonderful work. Lisa, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, it's always good to have a little bit of time with you and find out about Eden Animal Rescue. For those that may not know, I'd like to think that everybody does, but some may not. Give us a little history, please.
Well, a little history is officially Friends of Eden Animal Rescue formed in August of 2014. So we're coming up on a significant anniversary, if you will. Mm-hmm. But we've been working actually throughout the entire Rockingham County community to do everything we can in the way of rescuing dogs and cats from our local shelter. We also work to help reunite lost pets with their owners or help owners find their lost pets. Mm-hmm. But we also, really make a great effort, we at least believe we do, to reduce the number of animals that really find themselves on the street or in the actual shelter, and to effectively reduce the rate of euthanasia in our area. And we've sponsored everything with regard to rabies vaccinations and microchipping, as well as the actual pet adoptions and that sort of thing from our shelter. Again, doing what we can to reduce that shelter population.
You have had so many fundraisers over the years and so many different things. We're going to talk about a special one that's coming up next month. So we'll get to that in a moment. But let's talk about, you've given me kind of a fact sheet, Lisa. Let's talk about how many animals were euthanized right here in Rockingham County last year. That number astounds me.
It is astounding. In Rockingham County alone in 2022, 1,366 dogs and cats lost their lives there in the shelter. Just were never given that second chance for what I like to say, happily ever after.
That makes me sad.
It's very sad, isn't it?
Yeah. And here's another stat right beside that, looking at that nationally, I guess, that number.
It's huge. 7.1 million, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the shelters are too full.
They are incredibly full, absolutely. And that has everything to do with, spay-neuter. And that's something we'll talk about as we move on this morning as well. But the more of those animals that we can get spayed or neutered and reduce the number of litters that come about every year, that's going to help overall, certainly Rockingham County, but across the nation.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for your good work all these many years. Let's talk about the pet pantry on the boulevard in Eden.
All right, very good. So in 2020, really prior to the COVID pandemic, we had a number of just pet owners reaching out to us, asking for some assistance, just struggling with being able to keep their pets fed. And we had a grand idea to take a portion of that property on the boulevard that was generously donated to us by Raymond Uden, the former business owner of Uden Shoe Center, and make part of that a pet pantry. And we did so. And then, of course, the pandemic hit, and that made the number of requests for assistance grow. And our generous community donates dog food, cat food, and other supplies that are needed for our pet family members. And we, in turn, donate those to those that are in need. And the idea behind that is that will help prevent simply the turnout of those animals. I mean, if you have a choice between feeding yourself and feeding your pets, there's a good chance you're going to feed yourself first. And so our thought is if we can help those that are struggling, that the pets would not be turned out or not surrendered to the shelter. And we've talked a little bit about what happens to those animals that find themselves in the shelter. So that was the premise initially. Was we've had a number of requests, and then COVID hit, of course, and we've just continued to promote that program and assist wherever we can.
Tippy and Friends makes a difference.
Tippy and Friends makes a difference, and you might recall that Raymond Uden was a huge cat lover, and he still is.
Yep.
And Tippy was the name of the last remaining shop cat there at the shoe store. Mm-hmm. Tippy passed away just a little over a year ago, but we felt like we wanted to continue to honor not only Raymond, but Tippy as well, so it became Tippy and Friends Pet Pantry.
I'm going to back up just a moment, your statement there. Loyal, lovable pet owners. Some of us would almost put and do probably would put food for our pets before us in some situations too, don't they?
That's absolutely true. Many of us do, yes, but not everybody can.
Yeah.
So that's where we can step in and help.
Yeah. Okay. So let's stop right there with supplies and food and all of that. So what do we need to do to help get some help in that area there at the Pet Pantry?
Well, certainly any donations of pet supplies is appreciated. Our friend in rescue, the Dapper Dog, which is located on Monroe Street, Lori has always been so gracious and allowed donations to be dropped there, and then she notifies us when there's donations that need to be picked up. So dry dog food, dry cat food. Generally, a lot of people really don't feed their animals canned food just because they can't afford it. So they don't.
Ours doesn't like canned food. Little Digger only eats dry food. Okay.
So and that happens. And as I said, generally people don't buy the canned food. It's a matter of expense. So their animals are eating dry anyway. So we try our best to provide whatever brand they are currently feeding their animals. That's not always possible, but we try. And then there's also been calls for assistance with regard to cat litter, so that's always appreciated as well. We have some partners out there in the world that donate collars and leashes to us, so we're able to provide those to pet owners as well. And where necessary, we will provide housing. That's another campaign that's not on our talking points, but that's another campaign we're hoping to kick off this fall. Collect donations of dog houses like the igloos and that sort of thing, or even kennels, maybe those 10 by 10 kennels that perhaps pet owners no longer need. And what we're looking to do is to help those pets that are living outdoors. Not every pet has the luxury of living inside, and like my dogs that sleep in the king size bed and that sort of thing. So we know that not every pet has that luxury, and we want to do the best that we can to find and make them make housing available for them, get them out of the elements where we can.
Okay, very good. Yeah, thanks to Lori at the Dapper Dog on Monroe Street. The sidewalk is finished, so you can get in her shop now and leave those donations of pet food and all of those things there. So
yes.
That's great. Yeah, we appreciate her for sure. Let's talk now about the spay-neuter program and your new partnership.
Yes, thank you very much. So for the last couple of years, we've been working to put together a spay-neuter assistance program. And we had one that began and it sort of came to an abrupt end. So for the last year, we've been working to form a partnership with the Humane Society of the Piedmont, which is located in Greensboro. And we have successfully negotiated that partnership. And beginning this month, actually, we will start sending pets for spay-neuter. Now, what we do ask is we ask the pet owners to complete an application, and we also ask them to pay for half of the cost of the surgical procedure, and Friends of Eden Animal Rescue pays the other half, which is takes money, of course. So we're always looking to raise funds, sponsors that will help us get these local pets spayed and neutered to help us reduce that overall overpet population that we have in our county, which we have talked about a little bit. One of the things I would like to mention is a local artist, Shirlene Thompson, she does paintings of pets.
Oh, yeah, she's so good.
She is awesome, and recently she donated all of her proceeds from her work in July to our spay-neuter assistance program. So that's generosity like that is helping us fund this program and allowing us to really help the pet owners get that spay-neuter procedure done.
Oh, that's great. Well, congratulations with this connection now with what you're doing with these folks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's talk a little bit about some of the events you have coming up before our time completely gets away here. And I'm so excited to learn about something in about a month or so, late September. Tell us about that.
Well, in late September, we have a comedian. His name is Mick McKenna. He's a Scottish comedian that is coming here to Eden to conduct, obviously, a comedy hour for us. This is a fundraiser, and he'll be coming to Eden on the 23rd of September, and we will have this event at the Rio Grande restaurant in the private dining room there. The cost is $20 per person. And Mick is just a really wonderful fellow. I had a nice conversation with him about a week or so ago, and I learned that his mother in Scotland does animal rescue, which is quite a coincidence, but just lovely. Mm-hmm. And I would like to say that we're limited in capacity, so reservations are going to be required, and that all the money that we raise through the attendance at the comedy show, along with a silent auction that we will conduct at the same time, will go to that spay-neuter assistance program that we just talked about.
How can we get tickets?
Well, you can contact me directly by text if you like, 336-912-1178, or you can email us at friendsofedenanimalshelter@gmail.com.
Okay, very good. So that performance is coming up in Eden on Saturday, September 23rd. Oh, that sounds like a fun night.
It does. It's going to be nice. The doors will open with the silent auction starting at 6, and Mick will start his routine at 6:30, and it should be a really fun time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Now, another event coming up we need to mention, and that's September 28th. Tell us about that.
September 28th is actually an international event. It is titled Remember Me Thursday, and it's been taking place for a number of years, and it's designed to really shed the light on pet adoption and also on all of those animals that do not make it out of the shelter. I know we've talked about that a number of times, but we'll be conducting a candle lighting ceremony at Grogan Park. We're still in the middle of putting some of that together. Our friend in rescue, Madre Linda Nye, will officiate. We're also selling luminaries to honor those 1,366 dogs and cats that did not get out of our local shelter in the year 2022. And we're selling those for $5 per luminary. And all of that proceeds also is going to go to our spay-neuter assistance program.
Oh, that's going to be such a special evening. And you've done this before.
We have.
Yeah, okay.
We have.
So Remember Me Thursday, the candlelight service at Grogan Park there at Eden City Hall on the campus. And again, the date on that is?
It's going to be September 28th. That's a Thursday. Mm-hmm. And it will be at 6 p.m.
At 6 on that. Okay, make a note on that. All right, very good. Okay. Well, before our time completely gets away, we have a couple of minutes left. What else do you need to tell us?
Oh, my gosh. Well, we could talk all day.
We'll do another program.
We'll do another program. But, what we really want to emphasize here is that we work really hard to do everything we can to help, as I said before, reduce the number of animals that find themselves in the local shelter. And we would love to have volunteers to come and help us, and we need everything from newsletter writers to website designers, coordination with the spay-neuter, a little bit of everything.
Volunteers make it happen, and we need them.
We do, and it's so rewarding, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It is so rewarding. Mm-hmm. We make a difference right here in our own backyard.
That's what it's all about. One quick thing, and I see a note here, Santa's Workshop, November 18th. What is that?
Well, what we try to do, and we've done this for several years now in a row, it's an event that we put together. We have Santa that comes, and we have photos with Santa and refreshments and activities and so forth. But it really is a way in which we give back to our giving community. There's no cost to attend, and it's really designed around children, but it's children of all ages. Mm-hmm. So we're looking to our business community and our crafters that are in our community to help us put something together that's really nice, that everyone can enjoy. Again, that's going to be on November 18th, and it's going to be held over at the Masonic Lodge here in Eden. Very nice parking, big facility, and it'll help us accommodate a lot of visitors to see Santa and others.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, thank you, Lisa, you and your volunteers and everyone for all of your hard work. Again, give us your contact information, and on Facebook at Friends of Eden Animal Rescue. Please go there, folks, to find out what's going on, too. And your phone number?
Absolutely. 336-912-1178.
Okay. 336-912-1178. That's Lisa Goldsworthy. She is Director of Friends of Eden Animal Rescue. Please, we need your help in so many ways. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Lisa.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike.